Hello again. This is Rish Outfield, and this is kind of unique. A listener to my show sent in a story for me to read, and why not, right? But I've got the email right here. Dear Rish, enclosed is my short story, The Joining. Please feel free to share it with the fan of your work. Fan singular. Yours, AVC. So, I guess we're going to go for it. It's an experiment, huh? The Joining by Algar VanCluth. Tricia came awake slowly, becoming aware of movement all around. Something hard under her, the smell of trees and clean steel, like an automobile showroom. What? The last thing she could remember was the earthquake, the commotion at the propulsion lab, running out with the employees. And then what? Fire. There had been fire and thunder. They'd been attacked. She remembered them coming, first as planes, and then as huge metal men, shooting and tearing apart the laboratory. Robots, there to steal her discovery. But then she remembered another one, a flash of red and blue, more shooting, fighting, and shouts of, "Get back! Away to safety!" She opened her eyes. She was being carried in a giant metallic hand. His hand. "Optimus Prime?" she said, a combination of gratitude and awe in her voice, and something else. She was in a forest now, like the one she drove through every day to get to work. He was walking slowly among the giant trees, which dwarfed even him, a being easily 20 feet tall. At the sound of his name, the robot stopped. He turned his head toward her, a supremely human gesture. "Dr. Martins," he said, in that echoey yet somehow compassionate voice. "Are you well?" How do you know my name?" He sat her down in some grass beside an enormous stump, impressively gentle. "We became aware of your research around the same time the Decepticons did. Unfortunately, we were slower in arriving at your facility." He cocked his handsome blue head. "I asked if you were well." "Yes, I think so. I'm a little confused." "I believe you lost consciousness. Does any part of you need repair?" She looked down at herself. Some of her clothes were torn. Her lab coat was brown with what looked like scorch marks. She touched her head, but found no injuries there. "I think I'm all right. How's my hair?" "I am unfamiliar with such things," he said. "To my non-organic sensors, it looks very fine." Very fine. Tricia couldn't help but smile. "Where are we?" "The Decepticons, the other beings that came for your discovery, were overzealous in their destructive tendencies. I'm afraid much of your lab is in ruins." "Oh no," she sighed. "If Megatron is consistent, he will proceed to the next best thing to your achievements, the research itself." "But you said it was in ruins."
Yes, but you, Dr. Martins, you have the knowledge inside you. All can be rebuilt, the achievements recovered, as long as you are safe.
Please, call me Tricia, she said.
And I am Optimus Prime, he said. Are you aware of us, the transforming robots who now walk among you?
Of course. I've seen you on the news. I even had a picture of you on my desktop.
Of me?
Of when you arrived. Your kind, I mean.
Ah,
the big robot said. He surveyed the area.
The plant life of this part of your continent is most impressive.
So are you, she couldn't help but say as she looked him up and down. Powerfully built, gleaming with chrome and steel and glass, mechanical, yet not ungainly. He was elegant for a machine, almost beautiful.
Thank you. We come from a distant world where all peoples are living machines. Unfortunately, our enemies came with us, intent on exploiting the Earth's resources and ignorant of the charming, unique life forms here.
You find us charming? She asked. If he had been a man, she would have thought he was flirting with her. But that was ridiculous. Did the transforming robots even have genders, have feelings? He was an immense iron god, and she was but a human being. But still, he was looking down at her, making eye contact in a way that made her tingle.
Some more than others,
Prime said softly. She swallowed. That did not sound like a casual comment. Could he be feeling this spark between them that she was? Do you have women where you're from? She asked.
Yes. In fact, you remind me of someone special I left on my world.
A girlfriend? Tricia asked, leadingly. He inclined his head.
I think of her often.
She was aware that the robots were marooned on Earth, with no way at present to get home. That was sad, but it was also thrilling that she reminded him of his lady love. There was nobody he reminded her of. I didn't know there were female robots.
Oh, yes,
he murmured, apparently remembering them quite well. She took a deep breath. I want to thank you for saving me.
That is what we are here for. As Megatron and his followers long to take and destroy, we, the Autobots, wish only to give and protect.
She nodded. If you were a human, Optimus Prime, I would kiss you right now.
Alas, I am not,
he said, and there seemed to be unsubtle regret in his tone.
But if you were a Cybertronian, Tricia, I would do more than kiss you right now.
She felt her face growing flush. She had to fight not to look away. I wish you could. Optimus Prime went to one knee, still towering over her, but closer now. She could feel the heat of his body, where the sun had warmed it, and wondered if anywhere on him was soft and yielding instead of metallic and hard.
It never hurts to try,
he said. Tricia stood up. Suddenly, her clothing was too constrictive, too uncomfortable to keep on. She removed the lab coat Amazed she had kept it on for so long, she began to unbutton her blouse.
What are you doing?
He asked. He sounded almost excited when he said it. Giving it a try, she said.
Ah,
He said, and there was definitely desire there. It fed her own growing desire. Do you think we could? Optimus Prime got still closer.
as a matter of fact, I have something that should work well.
She unsnapped her belt and loosened it.
Until that day. Until both are one.
The huge robot said. Oh, shoot. I just glanced at the calendar and I realized what day it is. April 1st. Dang, they got me again. I'm sorry.